that felt good.
Right?
Like,
Sound healing frequency.
it's been a while since I felt the sound.
Yeah, I have 3 of them, but I just brought one of them here. This is welcome back to the Just Juicy podcast. My name's Juicy Justine. I have here my friend, my best friend, Chuck DM, right?
Chuck DM3
DM3
on Instagram.
On Instagram.
Charles Morrison by my parents' choice. Chucky D.
Chucky D.
You know, I got a lot of names depending on when you met me. I feel like I could be Chucky, I could be Chuck, I could be Charles. So,
Nice.
But it's me.
Yes, the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend.
Charles Dennis Morrison the third.
The third. Awesome, Chuck. And I see you brought here some juices on the Juicy podcast. I love that. You made it.
Juice for Juicy Justine. I had to.
Oh my God.
I had to come correct.
Let's definitely do a taste test.
Where should we start?
Where should we start? And Chuck is a vegan too. Shout out to Chuck.
Shout out to the animals. You gotta show love, right?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Let's start with we just have a watermelon ginger here. Get you right.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't want to do too much.
I'm gonna do some ASMR. Oh my God.
Watermelon
That's
ginger.
good.
I like to keep the rind
in
my water. You got to.
I like that you do that.
You got the nutrients in there. You got the phytonutrients.
And it still tastes so amazing.
Right. That's a good one.
That's nice. You can still find watermelon.
Unfortunately, no seed. Seedless watermelon, but you know.
Better is.
You gotta do what you can
better than all the other packaged
as a fruit
stuff.
lover in the Midwest.
Yeah.
During the winter, you know, do our best.
Damn, that's good.
Good way to start the show.
Great way.
Let's go to our.
Okay, what's in that one?
We got carrots, oranges, pineapple, some red grapes, one green apple,
Wow.
and a couple lemons.
Wow. Okay, Chef Chuck.
All right. Get a little bit of that.
Look at that. Look at that. I want you to look at that.
The colors, you know, just the vibrancy and the.
Very citrusy. Very nice.
So it's mostly orange.
I forgot to cheers.
Never Oh, that is the carrots. You could kind of feel that smooth, like.
Yeah.
It's weird. I call it carrot juice like orange milk.
Orange milk.
I don't know why,
Yeah.
but if you ever just had pure carrot juice, it's kind of milky for some reasons. I don't know. Maybe there's
Very tropical.
starch in there. I need to be on a beach. Palm trees,
Yes.
a hammock, the breeze, the ocean.
That was good. Okay, now we're going to try
Last but not least,
the green.
the green machine. This one has a good amount of fruit too. I like to.
What'd you put in it?
I like to sweeten up my green juices. So this one also has a little pineapple, some carrots as well, a lot of red grapes, a lot of green apples, 3 lemons, some ginger, and then for the greens we got cilantro, parsley, watercress, kale,
Ooh.
dandelion, and celery.
Wow.
Yeah.
Love the greens.
Yep.
So good to juice. So good to juice your greens.
Gotta get the greens. I feel
And it
like
makes it easier to do it.
I was gonna say it's an easy way to I mean,
Get your nutrients.
the amount
in.
of greens that's in this bottle alone, it's kind of surprising, but
How many do you think? It's like condenses it so well, right?
exactly. When I was washing my greens, I had my sink was full of greens. If you
Wow.
can picture, so I didn't measure it or weigh it or anything, but a sink full of greens. You know what I mean?
Damn.
A lot of greens. So
That's good stuff.
super power,
Wow.
super pack, a blood cleanser, just a revitalizer, life giver. The green juice is where it's at.
I feel that. It tastes really good too.
Oh, the fruit. Like I said, I like to. You could taste the celery strong. I feel like.
And the
A lot of
cilantro.
celery, yeah.
I like it. This will fill me up.
Very filling. I was just gonna say, like, damn,
Because you're getting those minerals, those nutrients, and
makes sense, right? You're packing all
Yeah.
that stuff in there. So one glass might have, 10 different leaves of a green, maybe one apple, and a lot of stuff.
so amazing. Like, I feel electric drinking this.
Surging and charging.
Yes. We
real.
are electrical beings.
Literally.
Literally.
Excuse me. You gotta give life to yourself.
Yeah. So what made you go vegan? What made you give life to yourself? What was your journey like? Tell me all about it from the start.
So my journey is an ongoing journey. My journey is
Same.
it's a daily unlearning.
Unlearning, yes.
And at this point it's not even so much unlearning because we kind of know what's right. We know what we should and shouldn't be eating, but it's removing those habits, those tendencies, those parasites, even those cravings and those things that I still struggle with those things sometimes. But for me, the path started probably about 6 or 7 years ago now. I was a lot heavier than I am now.
Really?
I had played football all throughout college, and I was like, this was at the end of my football career, and I finally was like, yo, let me tighten up with my health, because I had come across information regarding veganism and fruitarian and for the health benefits. And as I learned about those, I was also kind of coming into spiritual knowledge and realizing if we don't have to kill other beings to survive and thrive, even, why are we doing that? So,
Great question to ask yourself.
so I kind of sat with that, and it was very hard. I struggled with it. I put it off for some time, but I finally jumped into it.
What made you jump into it finally? Like, what triggered that?
I think for me, the excuse was playing football. I was like, because I was a defensive lineman too, so I had to keep my weight up basically, and I was like, I can't do that unless I'm eating meat, and I was not well researched into veganism at all. Like I just was learning about it was just even coming to my radar, so I was very hesitant to, in the middle of the football season, switch over and try to do something, drastic or extreme like that, quote unquote. Feel free, please.
Oh, yes. So good.
But I finally just had enough. I was fat. I had headaches all the time. My skin wasn't the best. Like I would be tired. I still was an athlete. I was playing sports, so I was in decent shape, but I was just not, I was not anywhere near where I need to be, where I could be. So I gave up meat. I jumped into like a vegan diet like almost right away for about 3 or 4 months.
Just overnight?
Almost overnight. Like almost a pretty, but like I said, for 3 or 4 months. A few years back, 3 months, mostly fruit, mostly water, lost a good amount of weight. Holiday season came around. It was the first Thanksgiving, first Christmas since switching my diet. And I kind of folded. I went back to some of those classics. Just the things that
Right.
So this is so long story
and-
short, this is what I'm saying is like, it's been a very back and forth, 2 steps forward, 1 back, 3 steps forward, 1 back. Like my journey has very much been that, and just kind of getting over those old things. But since we got it here, I'm just looking at the juice and the fruit. Like to me, this like smoothies and juices, that has been such a huge tool on my journey to keep me going in the right direction, and to just make it a lot easier, a lot more enjoyable, to make like routines out of things, and really put your energy, put your time into something like this. This takes time to make these, and every time like people are like, I don't have the time. Like I get it, but like to just put your life force energy into something that you're then going to give right back to yourself and to reap the benefits and kind of become your own healer,
Yeah.
your own doctor, your own.
It's very empowering and rewarding,
Very much.
Yeah.
Very much. So.
And it feels good.
Right. So that has helped a lot lately. I just started making juice, I want to say about 2 years ago now.
And how long have you been vegan now? And vegan more than just the diet too.
Right. I guess it would be coming up on 2 years.
Wow.
Between a year and 2 years. So coming up on 2. Yeah.
Love that. You're doing good. Progress.
Trying my best. Progress, it's a journey. And I think one of the biggest things for me on the journey is patience. Having patience with yourself. Being understanding and forgiving with yourself.
Yes.
Nobody's perfect. And to not let perfection be the enemy or the thief of good, the enemy of good, Like you can still do a really good job and maybe stumble here or there, make a mistake here or there, but, get back on the path, keep going. Perfection is it's not realistic.
Yeah.
So.
Progress over perfection. As long as you get started versus just never starting because you think you need to be perfect.
Exactly. And I found myself there for such a long time of like, damn, I don't know how to do this. I don't know all the recipes and I'm not going to be able to give up this thing or that. And just putting it off because of those not perfect things until I finally did it. I'm like, you know what, let me just.
It's the mindset. Yeah. Your habits. Choosing your habits.
Yeah,
the mindset's like everything, right? Like that's where it all starts.
I'm glad you said that because until you're just the importance of setting that intention in your mind and just saying to yourself, like, I'm going to do it. Like I feel like if you allow yourself excuses and justifications and reasons to not do something, you could do that all day. You know what I mean? You can create a million reasons or think of them, you know what I mean? So just to put your mind to it. And when I finally did that, it became way easier when I was like, let me stop playing. Let me be serious and put my mind to it.
Good. And it worked.
It works.
Cheers.
Cheers for sure.
Amazing. And I see you have some beautiful art here. Very detailed.
Indeed. Thank you. I guess I should thoroughly introduce myself. So, like I said, Charles Morrison is my name. You can call me Chuck. I'm an artist. I make art. What you're looking at, I'm gonna come a little closer.
Yeah, come there a little closer.
Make sure the cord is good. What you're looking at.
Wow. Look at that. Wow, it's so detailed. I was looking at it earlier. There's like so many nice pictures and words and within it. And it's very, very detailed. Like, damn, that looked like it took a lot of time.
It took a lot of time. So this is a print I made. This is a copper etching, an intaglio print. And what you're looking at is almost like a stamp it's a print of an actual copper plate that was this size that you etch into with a little metal tool. You make all these carvings, all these different details. So it definitely takes a while. But again, I kind of like the process of things. I like doing things that take a little time, I guess. But like I was saying, the introduction, I'm an artist. I make prints. I make ceramic work. I've made jewelry. I've done performance pieces. All sorts of things. I'm a farmer as well. I work at an organic farm. Some of the veggies, some of the things I used were from the farm.
So great. Wow.
So, I just want to put that on my little title real quick, but I don't know what else I feel like they can't really see it all the way. Basically, you're looking at a culmination of messages, expressions of love, truth, remembrance.
Wow.
A lot of song lyrics. Reggae music has been a huge tool for me, guider for me on this journey. A huge
I love that.
way shower.
Definitely.
Things like be strong, hold a firm meditation.
Ooh, good
One day-
affirmations.
One day things must get better, you know. Buju Banton, that was one of his songs. We've been here before. Many will be called, but few shall be chosen. Humble yourself. You know, Jah will be waiting there. Just different little things. Peace was in the garden before the pirates came in. Meet me at the bank of the beautiful river. Different little song quotes. And then what you're looking at here on the camera right now would be like this part or this part. Those are basically sketches of the ceramic pieces that I'm making.
Oh,
So-
wow.
Ancestral totems. These guys have like they have like feet on them, and then they're like a whole totem with just layered messages and textures and different ancestral designs with the intention to help people remember that we've been here before. You know, remember our ancient past, remember your heritage, your culture, the traditions, the truths that have been removed from us and hidden from us. So I look at this piece of art almost like a map, or almost like it's definitely a tool.
It's like a map of life.
A map of life and of just the way home,
The way home. Okay, I like
you know?
that.
Which reminds me,
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. So Chuck gave me this shirt
way
that he
home.
made. Look at that.
So the
Yo,
shirt,
look at that.
you know, so the shirt is a drawing I did actually.
He drew it.
And at the bottom there it says, "We're going home,"
Oh, it says oh, I see it now.
right? And home is within yourself, back to truth, back to love. And then peep the back, look on the back of the neck what it says.
Ooh, travel wise.
Travel wise, you know?
Ooh.
Be wise on your journey. But if you look at that one, that's like a map as well. It's like you're traveling through the cosmos, you know?
Wow.
You got the
does
past,
look like
present,
that.
future. You got those that have already been here kind of showing you the way, telling you what's up. You got people here trying to figure it out now. You know?
This is so cool.
We
And you
got
like drew this?
those that will come, you know, that we have to lay the ground for and lay the foundation for and be there to show the way for them when they come, for the youth. So we're going home, art, but
Just hold on, we're going home.
right. So, but as an artist, like I said, I'm just trying to bring forth these messages of remembrance. Just remember who you are. You remember who we are and what we're here to do. Yeah, and really check me out on Instagram, Chuck_DM and the number 3, DM3. You could see it and feel it better than I could really tell you. When you see the art, it kind of speaks for itself. So
A lot of great art on your page.
thank you.
What made you get into art? When did you start?
It's funny. What made me get into it? As a kid, I was super into art. My brother was into art.
Oh, you have
He
a
was
brother.
he was pretty good at it. I wouldn't say he was really into art so much, but he was pretty good at it. My cousin was into art though. He was also pretty good, and I feel like those both were big influences for me. So as a kid, I was into art. I would draw a lot. I would win different little drawing competitions,
Wow,
and you know,
win.
like kindergarten, first grade, early
Love
stuff, right? But over the years, art kind of took a back seat to sports, actually,
Oh, to football.
to football. And
What made you get into football then?
again, kind of my environment. My brother also was super into football. My older brother, he's 3 years older than me, so you know, you're just looking up to big bro and like, you know. But he was also super into football, really good at that, and it was fun. You know, it was a thing to do. It was fun. My brother was doing it. I had friends doing it, so
Ooh.
you know, football. That's what it was. But that took my focus all the way up through college, and it actually wasn't until my junior year of college, like 2015, 16, I randomly signed up for a painting class, thinking, oh, this will be an easy A, you know. So alternative class would be fun. Like, let me just, whatever, play with some paint. The class got canceled. Not enough people signed up.
Oh,
It was a
man.
ceramics class instead,
Oh, ceramics. I did that too. The one, the
Right.
pottery?
right?
Yeah.
Playing with the clay,
Yeah,
right?
that's so fun.
So unexpected, And I was like, okay, we'll see how this goes. Just playing with clay instead of paint. Probably still be easy, eh? Very first day, we have a 2-pound project. And I basically make a tree with a little peace sign coming out the top.
You could make that the first day?
That's what my teacher said.
Oh.
And I didn't even think, I'm just making. I'm just like, okay, whatever. My teacher walked by and was like, yo, have you done this before? Like, you're pretty good at this shit. Like, he was like, he said, I'm not just blowing smoke up your ass. Corey Crumb. That's my homie. He was like, I'm not just blowing smoke up your ass. Like, you got some real talent, bro. Like, you might want to really pursue this a little further and be serious about it. That was the first day he told me that.
Wow.
And so I was like,
that's a sign.
Right? I'm like, okay, true.
True.
And it just felt good. I was good at it. It felt good. It was fun.
It looks good. And
right? You know what I mean? So I just let it flow. I just was in there like all the time after that, to where I would be in the studio or I would be at football practice and be like, damn, I can't wait till this is over. Like, I'm trying to go to the studio. Like,
wow.
I fell in love with it very quickly and was like taking off. So like I said, I was into art as a kid, but then it took a backseat for so many years and it didn't resurface until, you know, my early 20s. So, but
dang.
Right. It took a while, but it's like, I'm extremely thankful for that.
And didn't you win an award or something for your art?
I won a couple.
Wow, a couple.
There were.
That's awesome.
No big deal, you know.
That's amazing.
I got a couple. No. There's a ceramic piece that I made.
What was it?
It was.
What does it look like?
How can I describe it? It's one of the ancestral totems again, so it has a foot at the bottom, and then it's like a tall. How do I describe it? You gotta see it. It's like it just looks like something that you would have like unearthed from like an ancient civilization, some almost like a fossil or like an old artifact. Like, and it has like it's a vertical piece, but at the top it has a horizontal, almost like a scroll sitting at the top, and it just looks like, yo, what is this? Like, where did you find this? What is it? Anyway, it's a beautiful piece. It's titled Duppy Conqueror, which means essentially demon conqueror. And the idea, because the way it was fired, it was pit fired. And you basically have to put it in a pit and set it on fire. And to me, it's like, like it's coming out the depths of hell, and it's just like, it's seeing some battles. It's a demon conqueror. It's a Duppy conqueror, like, which is a Bob Marley song. So again, like I was saying, the reggae music is a huge influence for me. I'll sometimes use different song titles to name my pieces. I'm not the best at titling pieces. I sometimes like, let me just use this song title. But Duppy Conqueror, I did win a couple of awards with that, and
dang, that's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah. So more work
to
come soon. Though. I got this print I was showing you guys. I just
yeah. Where did you make this art? Like, what art studio?
So I've been taking classes at College of DePage.
Oh.
Like before COVID, I was taking classes there.
Used to go to school there too.
Did you? What'd you study there?
For nursing, and then I didn't want to take the, you know what?
Right.
So
you're not the only. That's so. How much do we want to talk about this?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about. We should talk all about it. What do you mean? What do you mean? We just gotta say the B.
Let me take a little sip of juice.
About to get juicy. Okay, we're gonna sip our juice.
So, I'm taking classes there. I was there, I think I started taking classes there in 2019. So just before everything shut down and all that. In that time span, I was going nuts in there. I was making a ton of beautiful work. I had keys to the studio that I could come at any time.
Dang.
I was the man in there, not to sound any type of way. I'm just being honest. I won some awards there. In a pamphlet, if you go online right now, they have my picture there. But I'm just saying this to say, I couldn't even go there because I didn't take you feel me? I didn't take the V. And it was like, oh, you have to, first it was if you don't have it, you can't come. Then it's, you have to wear a mask at all times and get tested every day. And I'm just like, I'm not.
I tested every day.
Yeah, I'm just not trying to play that game. Like, I'm healthy. I know I'm not sick. I'm not going to, so.
Did you try to tell them?
I tried, and I very quickly realized there was not no one was budging. Like everyone I talked to, and these were teachers. Like I said, I had keys to the studio. These were people I was cool with, people that knew me, that there was some trust there. I wasn't just a random guy. Like, and they all just were very quickly like, no, we have to, buy the books. There's nowhere around this. Like, anyway, I hadn't been there in over 2 years until 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
Until last week, I'm sorry. And last week was when I finally finished this piece. Everything on here was done except for the sky. I just had to finish this sky.
So they let you come back, though? How did that work?
I don't even know. I hope no one too important there is seeing this right now because I'm not currently enrolled there, but I have a friend who is.
Oh.
And she was like, she has a key to the studio now.
Oh, wow.
And she was like, yo, I'm going there, like, if you want to print some stuff, whatever. So I was like, yes, it's been so long. Thank you. Let me pull up. So shout out to my friend. You know who you are. No names. But that's, if it wasn't for her, this piece would just be sitting in a drawer still. Like,
so all your art was, like, stuck there?
Essentially. I went to pick it up. At a previous, like my ceramic pieces, I went to pick those up. And I'll get this. Again, I don't want to. So I go to pick up my pieces previously, and I see someone that worked at the school. I don't want to name any names. Someone that I was fairly close with, a professor I was very close with that, one of the best students in her class. I'll just say that.
Dang. She
sees me, and she's like, oh, what are you doing here? Like, because she knew I didn't have the.
Oh,
cause she knew that's why I didn't come. That's why I wasn't coming. So she knew you can't be here. You're not cleared to be here. And I still had it was like a bandana, and she had an N90. She's like, yeah, we wear N95 here. This is real. This is very serious. Like you can't be here. You need to leave right now. And I was just there to pick up my pieces, and it was just the weirdest thing. Like somebody that I was close with, cool with, had went out to lunches with other artists a number of times, like. Just to see
just
like how
you so different.
so cold and so like criminal and just like it was really kind of weird. But anyway, I just got my things and left.
Oh wow, she wasn't like, I'm gonna call the police.
No. Fortunately, no. But she was like, she was noticeably like scared, like backing up and like, this is not good. You need to leave now. And then she just walked out.
As if you're a germ. Like, oh my god, she's crazy.
As if So, needless to say, that whole thing. Everything that happened in that time, it was just like, wow, just to see the way people reacted, it's kind of
so suspicious, so weird. I have compassion for them too because I can see their perspective, and they're like, forgive them for they don't know any better, and they're like brainwashed,
But it's like, where's the humanity? Where's the just to see how fear was worshipped and how that was just put on such a pedestal of like, I'm going to strictly let fear control me and use that as my compass on how to act and treat people. And like,
they're manipulating people's emotions. That's why.
Very wild to see. And these were people that otherwise are very intelligent, people very...
Usually.
You know what I mean? It's like, damn.
It's just they're vibrating different. You can tell who's on the high vibes and who just can get sucked into the low.
I will say that the last few years have been very revealing. I feel like very kind of show you where people stand, which I can appreciate. Just to have things out in the open and see this is who we are. This is who people are. So.
That's right.
But anyway, you're asking about the art. Yeah, that's why I don't have an entire stack of these with me right now. that's why But
I thought you picked up more of it, right? Or no? Or what happened?
So I just finished this one. I just went there, and this basically the copper plate was completely finished except for this little.
Oh,
a little sky part. So it was sitting there waiting for over 2 years, like
dang.
almost done. Just like, but yeah.
Dang.
So it felt really good though to get it done.
Right, finally.
And I'm excited to definitely get back to more. And
yeah, where are you gonna get it done now though?
I gotta find a studio in my next.
Yeah.
And I'll be in Florida. I'm moving to
Oh yeah, Florida.
moving to Florida soon
Ooh.
for a little while. So we'll see.
What part of Florida?
I'll be in Tampa.
Tampa. Okay, so you'll be on the west side.
West
Okay,
side,
you definitely
Gulf
got
side.
to meet up my Florida friends
All
there.
right, tell them I said what's
Yeah.
up.
You got to meet Amber and Anna.
Yeah, I've been in contact with Amber a
Yeah.
bit. She seems like a cool person.
Oh yeah, she is. I met her. She's great.
Yeah. Hopefully she knows someone with a kiln or maybe a print studio. Amber will have to talk.
Most likely. Yeah.
We'll see.
Oh my gosh,
But-
that'll be so fun.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that for sure. It's perfect time to get out of the.
Oh my gosh.
I hate to leave you guys
Oh,
here.
when
but
are you going to Florida? Like next month or in
like
January?
next week.
Next week? Damn.
Just about
Wow.
like 10 days or so.
That's nice. Oh my god, you're gonna get in the warmth while we're all cold.
I can send y'all some sunshine. I'll see what I could do.
That's so nice.
I'll bring
I've
the
been
juice down there
been
with me
missing
too.
Sunshine. Yes, bring that
Actually, let me
juice. You're gonna bring your juicer with you?
Here's the thing. So I'm going to Florida to help my brother and his wife with their baby. They're both very busy with work.
Wow.
They have a 6-month-old. And my brother was like, I don't know if we could have you with the juicer making all that noise with the baby. Because it is kind of loud. It's like a big, but that was his first reaction to it. So I'm like, dang, maybe I'll be juicing outside. I don't know.
Yeah, juice outside.
Right?
It's gonna be warm.
They get an extension cord, right?
Right.
Maybe. Right. So
Right.
I'll make it work. Even
Yeah,
if I
just make
gotta
it work.
just hand squeeze it with one of those juice bags, like the mesh bag, it'll be fine. But
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could do it outside.
I
It'll be
gotta-
nice and warm.
I gotta find a way to
And you're gonna drive there,
drive.
so you can put all your stuff in.
Right. Pack it all up.
How long are you
make
gonna
a
be
trip.
there?
I think it should be for about 5 months, but we'll see. That's the initial
That's good.
offer, at least about 4 or 5 months.
You can escape the winter. Oh my
We'll
gosh,
see, right? It's
that's
kind
so
of a
amazing,
perfect,
being
kind of
like
works
a
out perfectly,
snowbird.
right? And I work as a organic farmer at the seasonal job, so our farm season ends in like 3 days.
You could work at another farm there, like a tropical one.
A mango farm.
A mango farm. Okay.
My nickname at the farm is Big Mango.
Big mango.
Yeah, because I talk about mangoes all the time.
Oh
and
my
fruit,
God.
And like,
That's
Anyway.
good stuff.
If you know anyone with a ceramic wood fire kiln, a mango farm,
She's got a mango tree.
we'll be in touch.
Yes.
I love the mangoes.
Oh yeah, and papayas. They got the jackfruit down there. They got mangosteen.
Just so much. What's the fruit fest that's down there?
Oh, Woodstock Fruit Festival is gonna be in
Right.
Florida next year too.
Right.
So that'll be good. Oh my god! Wait, hopefully you'll still be in Florida by the time it happens.
When is that? That's in.
It should be like. It was supposed to be February, but I don't think they found a location yet. So maybe like April, May, or
I
March,
should be there
April.
around that time.
Yeah, I think that'll be perfect timing. And Nacho and I, my fruitarian girl,
Right.
will be there.
Keeping it raw and real.
Hey, raw and real. Raw and real. Yo. La la la. Fruits make the world go round. La la la.
Oh my god! I saw that. I was like, they did that.
We still gotta make our music video.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I could totally film someone in a tropical area like Hawaii and then Florida.
Speechless. Unreal.
Raw and real. Do you make any songs? Since you're an artist?
It's funny you asked that. I've never made a true song, but I've made a video piece with some audio where I was playing a drum.
Oh, you can play drums. Nice.
It was just a bongo drum, just a little simple little beat, and I was kind of speaking over it, so like a spoken word with the drum beat. So not really a song, but somewhat, something like that. I would like to though. I'm like,
Would you sing? Would you rap?
I gotta pick up a guitar at some point.
Do you know how to play?
I don't.
Oh, you don't?
That's what I'm saying. I gotta learn how to play at some point. And I would love to sing. I've never
Yeah.
like I've jokingly sang, and if I'm like imitating someone or whatever, but like
Mm-hmm.
one of these days you might catch me on like I might be on the album cover.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Stay tuned.
Hey.
I got a couple friends in the music industry. We might have to
Pull up to their studio.
make something happen eventually.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd love to hear it.
But I'm always been like a percussion guy, like the drums. Like I used to be in band.
Wow.
In middle school, like when for a few years when I was a kid, I played percussion. But just outside of that, I've always been beating on things and making little beats and tapping stuff and whatever. So
You got good rhythm then.
right, so I'm definitely a drum guy for sure. If you need some beats, hit me up.
That's what's up.
Right. What about you? Are you musically inclined at all?
Yeah, I love music. I actually used to play the violin for 4 years. And then we had to move, so I couldn't do it anymore. They didn't have it there. But and then I paid.
When was that?
That was like 4th grade to 8th grade. And then I had to move during the 8th grade. Otherwise, I would have kept on doing it. That was first year. I loved it. It was great. It was so fun.
Pick it up again. Huh?
I know, right? It's been a while. Now I feel like I'm all over the place. And then I did a little piano and guitar, but I forgot guitar.
Was it hard to learn?
I
Do you
think
remember?
I don't know. To me, I think I was like a little hard. But my dad can do it. He can do guitar and banjo. I like violin because it's like 4 strings. And
I like the sound of the violin a lot.
yeah.
I've never
Yeah,
played
it's
it,
you.
but there's a movie. Is it called The Red Violin, maybe? Or
What's it about?
it's
Red
like this
violin.
beautiful violin, and it's like the story of the violin. It gets passed down like through different time periods, different countries. Like this kid has it, and then it gets taken. It just the story of a violin. It just follows the life of the violin. It gets destroyed at one point and then put back together. And beautiful movie. But I just thought about like the music and the sounds of the violin when you mention that, like the soundtrack of the movie. It's pretty good.
Ooh, I gotta watch it then.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So I know you wanted to talk about something happening with kids, and where was it again? At
Anybody else see the Balenciaga?
Balenciaga. Well, okay, what is that? Okay, what is the Balenciaga? Can you inform me?
I just look up. So, depending on who you follow, certain people be talking about certain stuff, and I saw the other day everybody was talking about. Well, everybody that I was following was like, "Yo, Balenciaga just came out with a new ad or new campaign or whatever."
Oh, that's the brand Balenciaga, right?
Yeah, the fashion brand, right?
Yeah.
And they had kids like holding teddy bears, and the teddy bears like dressed in BDSM and like.
Oh my
And
God.
like had like bondage stuff and like see-through top. It was just very risky, very like, okay. Then there was a picture of a handbag being sold as well. There's a handbag laying on an office table with a bunch of papers underneath. And one of the papers was sticking out just enough that you could read like part of the paragraph. And the paragraph was an excerpt from a court case regarding child pornography. And it's just like, how does this even get there unless you're like purposely trying to do some weird shit? So
Pedophiles.
like just big, just really bold, really like, yeah, this is who we are. Like, and then they issued an apology because enough people were like, yo, we're not with that. What are you doing? But it's just, I don't know.
Oh my God, I didn't even hear about that until now.
Really? Oh
Yeah.
yeah. It was interesting. It's not, I mean, if you're
Damn.
aware of this stuff, you already know who these people are. You know that's what they're
Right.
into. You know.
Yeah, it's a common theme that keeps popping up with them.
That's part of their culture. Like that's how they kick it. But just to see them try to like do that in the public and like boldly try to slip that in as if that's normal, to have a little kid with a teddy bear with like, again, like BDSM wear and like just
somewhere.
yeah, just weird. Look, check it out for yourself. It's hard to explain without showing you guys, but just clearly kind of uncomfortable, inappropriate stuff that for kids, and it's just sick when you see that shit.
Yeah, that's so wrong. I'm so glad you're like so awakened to what's going on in the world in so many topics, so many different areas. What do you think like had you going down that rabbit hole of all that we know now?
When I look back at my path, it's been just taking in a variety of information, an eclectic variety of information, like from many different types of sources, from different people over the years. For me, it started with just kind of spiritual knowledge, and that was about around the same time I came across the vegan knowledge. So it started with like spiritual, vegan, chakras, eating fruit, alignment, meditation, yoga. It started there, but then with that, I started getting some history and some occult knowledge and deeper subjects, truth and freedom. And so over the years, I was just thirsty for knowledge. I was just hungry and just knew that there was more that we weren't being told. I just always had a feeling like we're being lied to about enough stuff. And then things like 9/11 happened. And obviously that was, I was a child when it happened, but I didn't become aware of what happened, what really happened until about the time I was looking into the spiritual knowledge and all of that. And you get into conspiracies and you start to scratch your head and look around. Okay, JFK, 9/11, a lot of the school shootings, or just a lot of different things. You start to really ask questions and you keep going down the different holes. And it's funny that these things just kind of connect, and one thing leads to the next when you're on this journey for knowledge, and when you're seeking truth, you kind of get led from one thing to the next. So it wasn't, I guess I want to say it kind of naturally happened. I didn't really, I just, like, over time, I just wanted to learn and just kept looking, and friends would share different things and different conversations with new people. And
yeah, it really opened up your mind to things.
Right.
Yeah.
And I guess for me, I was willing to always, not always, but I became more and more willing to accept that I was wrong and to say I was wrong. I feel like that's a huge thing that holds people back on any sort of knowledge path, truth-seeking path, self-development path, is humbling yourself to say I was wrong. So many people think I got it all figured out. I know what's going on in the world. I know enough. Like, if this big,
I listen to the news.
Yeah, I'm informed. Like, if this big crazy conspiracy was going on, of course I would know about it. I'm not an idiot. Like, so nobody wants to say, "Damn, I was
ego.
wrong." Right?
Their pride.
The ego is strong. It's calcified. It's it's pretty sturdy, and it's like, yo, you gotta knock at the walls and break it down, and you can't. I think it's a Mark Twain. I know it's a Mark Twain quote that says it's easier to fool someone than it is to convince them they've been fooled.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, like,
sheesh.
You got to be able to say I was wrong 1,000,000 times over and keep saying it, and keep learning new things and keep going. Don't get hung up on, thinking you know it all and getting comfortable and staying there. So.
Exactly right.
But. Also, I'll be honest. You have to care. You have to care. That's like one of the biggest things right now.
That's a big thing.
So many people's hearts have been cut off. They've been cut off from their hearts. Their hearts are frozen. Their hearts are traumatized and locked up and devoid of warmth and love and care. Truly, the cremation of care is one of the sacred rituals they do at Bohemian Grove, if you've ever heard of it. But
I haven't heard of that.
That's another little bit of a rabbit hole.
Oh my gosh, tell me.
Basically, it's a ritual that powerful elite people do. There's a video that Alex Jones, he snuck into the Bohemian Grove. Bohemian Grove is a huge meeting that they have up in the northern California woods every year. Like, political figures, different powerful people. Essentially, only men though. Only men are allowed, no women.
It's like
for whatever
a Freemason
reason.
thing.
It's some weird shit going on there. But Alex Jones snuck in. He recorded a ritual called the cremation of care, where they're standing in front of this. I'm sure you've seen images of it. They're standing in front of this huge statue of Moloch, of the owl, which is an ancient deity to these people. It's an ancient god, someone that they used to worship kids to, Moloch, a demonic being. Huge owl statue, and they're in front of it saying words talking about we're cremating the care for the year, and we're doing this sacrifice to wash ourselves of the sins that we'll commit essentially for the year. And then they set this effigy of a child on fire. It's like a straw kid, a fake, it's a mock ritual, but it's like, so they're burning the kid because the kid represents care, the innocence and the childhood nature and just care and like having a heart and doing what's right. They're burning that. They're cremating care for the year because of all the ill and all the harm that they're going to do, if that makes sense. It's a very weird, twisted thing, but it's just the fact like that's something that that's actually going on. But I forget, care. So that ritual that they're performing there amongst their circles behind the scenes every year has worked on the masses. Care has been cremated in the hearts of so many people, and it's like, yo, you gotta care. That's where it starts. If you don't care, you will never make any changes within yourself and the world. You'll never do better. You'll think, what can I do? It doesn't matter. I don't care. Might as well just enjoy myself and whatever. So care is where it starts. That's huge. That's what I'm getting at. But
that's amazing. That is so true.
It's like
so true.
So many people like. I just see it every day where it's like, what can I do? Or like, it doesn't matter. I'm just one person. Or like, gotta.
One person can change the world. The ones that are crazy enough to believe they can usually do.
Like, and it's another beautiful little story that just came to mind, but like the idea of one person changing the world, even like one little action changing someone's world in that moment. For example, doing little things, bringing a shirt as a gift. Maybe didn't change her life hugely, but just a little thing to.
I'm gonna wear it. I'm gonna do a photo shoot with it.
You know what I mean? Just little things. But there's a story. This old man's at the beach. He goes to the beach every day to go watch the sunrise. He's out there. He sees something in the distance moving, kind of weird. He's like, what's going on over there? So he keeps walking. Sees this a little boy. And he sees the little boy is throwing something into the water. So he keeps getting closer, like, what's going on? The little boy is throwing starfish into the ocean. A bunch of starfish washed up on the sea. There's like thousands of them on the shore. And the old man is like, yo, what are you doing? He's like, I'm saving the starfish. What you mean? He's like, bro, there's so many out here. Like, you could never save them all. You're wasting your time. Just give it up. And the little boy was like, I just changed that one's life. I just saved that one. You know what I mean? He was still picking them up and like, yep, like for that individual one, I just saved his life. What do you mean it doesn't matter? Like, yeah, you might not fix the entire thing, might not be perfect. You might not save every single starfish, but for that one, you just saved his life. For that one conversation that you just had with that person, you just might have changed their day. For that one, whatever. So just to care enough to start with yourself, but then to share that in little steps as much as you can, like that's really is how you change the world. Like
sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring, literally. So share, care.
Be prepared.
Be prepared. Stay aware.
Stay aware.
Just live good, but care is huge for sure.
Yeah.
And that's from the heart. That's coming from the heart. Like that's where the care is coming from. So you got to activate the heart. You got to go within the heart space. You can't be cold and blocked off and unwilling to love, and open your heart up. Laugh, cry,
Feel your emotions, your energy in motion. Your heart is also, it has the same letters as earth. Your heart is one with the earth.
Your heart has the strongest magnetic field of any organ in your body. Like,
it works just like the magnetic field that we're on, going up, down, dielectric and magnetism. It's amazing. It's all connected.
It's all connected, and it's all so much more powerful than we were ever told. They want you to think we're just a mistake. You know, it just randomly happened. These chemicals came together. Here we are, evolution, monkey, human. And we're just kind of here to work and enjoy ourselves and pay bills. No. We are divine beings.
Yes, we are.
Like, we're perfectly designed. We're perfectly connected to everything. Like, yeah.
How did you realize that? We're spiritual beings having this human experience right now. Feels pretty incredible.
How did I gotta. So on my journey, I was there. I was on the cusp of it many times. I had this feeling. I knew there's more to this. We're connected to nature, to life, the sun, the moon. Everyone we meet is a reflection of us. That was deep in my subconscious, but I didn't become truly conscious and fully aware. And I'm hesitant because I don't want to give this all of the power, but I would be lying to you if I did not say the power of the mushroom, of a psilocybin mushroom. The first time I took that,
I love mushrooms.
it really was like a huge confirmer, a huge confirmation of so many things that was dwelling in the back of my mind, so many subconscious thoughts and feelings about spirituality, about love, about truth, about humanity, about so many things that I was like, it just rushed over me, and it was a beautiful thing, and it just kind of solidified it for me. And then after that experience, I looked and did more research and saw other people from different times, from different parts of the world, sharing the same experiences, having the same feelings, coming to the same knowledge from a mushroom. And it's like, okay, so that is true. We are connected. Like it just, like I said, it was a confirmation for me. So that definitely played a huge role. But just nature. Wow. I feel like even before you even get to a mushroom, you could spend enough time in nature and realize I'm connected to all, like this is sacred stuff I'm interacting with here. And I am indeed interacting with it. This tree is alive.
Yeah.
These plants are alive. You know what I mean? So
everything is alive.
Everything. Like
every rock, tree, and creature has a life, has a spirit, has a name.
And a vibration.
And a vibration.
That it brings to the world. You know what I mean? Like everyone is here. Yeah. Everything is here for a purpose. We got a mission. So, yeah.
It all matters.
It all does.
You matter.
It's true. You do. Do you need more juice?
Oh, yeah. I like that watermelon juice.
Watermelon.
So good. Thank you for keeping it juicy.
Gotta keep it juicy.
Yes.
Absolutely. I'll go to the green. I still didn't try the...
I made some raw cookie dough.
It is cookie dough, we swear. Well...
It's grated green apples. I put raw almond flour, a little bit of date paste and maple syrup, and sprouted buckwheat, cacao nibs, and Celtic sea salt and vanilla.
Uh-huh.
And then just like, oh yeah, and peanut butter and sunflower butter. I think I should have put a little more almond flour.
Well, here goes nothing. Did you try it?
Yeah.
It's good?
I already had like a bowl of that.
It's good?
Oh yeah, I think it tastes good. You can be the judge.
Definitely has a good taste. And I see what you mean about a little more flour, maybe.
Yeah, it's like doughy.
It's like a little wetter, maybe.
Yeah.
Then
I try to make it like more like cookie dough, but
right.
I should put just a little bit more almond flour.
Yeah, but the taste is definitely. I like the texture too, like the little nuts.
It's a healthy cookie dough. I got the recipe from The Healthy Life. Cara Brotman and Marcus Rothkranz are great.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to them.
almost like an applesauce type of like.
Yeah, because I put grated apples.
Right, not quite, but it's like.
Yeah, you should eat in front of the mic. So everybody here.
I don't know if I should. In fact, I'm sorry. I'm even because
What?
I personally.
And people like to see that, right?
I guess people do. I personally kind of don't. It always makes me like, but if you don't like it, hit mute for a minute. For those that's into it, I got
you. ASMR.
It's tasty. It's powerful stuff. Those sound bowls.
Yeah.
Like, you get a strong one. You just feel it like.
Yeah, the frequency, right? So nice, and like just a little tap, you could hear it so well. Or if you go like around it just lightly,
Just let
it'll
it
start getting really loud.
reverberate and build.
Yeah, so good. Made from like crystals and stuff.
Yeah, like ocean minerals. And
Yeah.
stuff. That's what's up.
Yeah, not satanic. Okay, it's not, some people think the crystals are like
Really?
satanic.
Oh, I guess I have, which is weird. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean they come from the earth.
I was gonna say, yeah. Like I haven't looked into the research on that enough.
What's your spiritual beliefs, Chuck?
My spiritual beliefs.
Are you religious, or do you think there's truth in all religions, or?
You could find some truth in our religions. I would not. I don't personally claim any religion.
Yeah.
I feel like you can definitely find some truths in all religions, but I am hesitant when it comes to organized religions. I feel like they can. You get big into control and kind of mind control and conformity, and kind of becomes the opposite of what you might have went there for in the first place. But my spiritual beliefs, I don't know. We're all spiritual beings here. You know, we all have a spirit. We're all alive.
You think our spirit is infinite?
I think that's a good question.
What do you think?
I think it is. I think it is.
I think so too.
I think it is. I think it is. Yeah. I mean, just think, energy is neither
created nor destroyed.
It's only transferred. I always wonder, what is it? What is that transfer though? How does that? Is it from a human vessel to another human vessel? Is it to a tree? Is it into the ether, into just the collective? Is it? I wonder about that sometimes. I tend to think the human spirit can only be held in a human vessel, if that makes sense. I don't know if we would come back as animals and plants and different things. Obviously, there's different beliefs that say we do, and depending on who you ask, these are just my opinions, but something tells me the human spirit is a little bit more special in a way. Maybe, obviously, that's kind of biased because I'm a human, but you know what I mean? But I just feel like our consciousness seems to be one of the higher ones of this realm. And to be a human, to have a spirit is
it's a blessing.
It's a blessing. It's a pretty important thing,
I mean, we're all equal, even the animals, but yeah, being a human, like there's just a lot of things we can do.
Definitely got to respect all life and but yeah, I feel like humans, because we have the capacity to influence the world in such a way, that's where the responsibility and like the importance comes. It's like you can really impact the world hugely. Like this plant, that's a pepper plant, or eggplant.
Yeah, my mom put all the plants into one thing.
Right.
Yeah, see, look at this eggplant. It's like not even grown.
Right. It's a
mini
little
eggplant.
baby. A little guy. We had something like that at the farm. Some
Yeah.
little babies.
It's definitely not ripe or
No.
anything. It's not going to get that
It's
ripe.
past it. Yeah.
It's past due.
Right. He did what he could, you know. She did what he could.
You can smell that eggplant.
Definitely past his prime.
Oh my god! And then I have this pepper that I didn't even.
Is it an Anaheim pepper?
I don't even know. I don't even know what kind of pepper this is.
Oh.
Yeah, right. Like this mini one here. I had tomatoes and I had a chili.
Like an Anaheim pepper, maybe.
Yeah. My mom made the mistake of putting like tomatoes. It came from a hydroponic system.
Uh-huh.
And look, there's like this mini
Jalapeno.
jalapeno. Look at that.
Jalapeno.
She put it all in one plant. Oh, in one pot, and now all the roots got. They were sharing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
but you can really smell the jalapeno.
Yeah, you can smell
Yeah,
this
smell
one too.
that.
The other pepper. Do you like hot? You like spicy stuff?
Just a little spicy. This one smells kind of
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I tend to stay away from the two spot. Just a little
Yeah.
bit for me too.
Right.
So this would be like my limit. But
Yeah, this would be my limit.
if they pass the jalapeno, it's getting a little.
I wonder if this is ripe or not. Should they be
It seems
red?
like no, that'd be green. He's just so small though.
Yeah. Oh man, I have another pepper here. I don't even know if these are ripe or not. I don't know.
I think those we grew Anaheim peppers at our farm. They look just like that.
Really?
And we would
and
pick
the color.
them. Yeah, we would pick them like that. Yeah. They will turn red if you leave them long enough. But I guess they're supposed to be eaten when they're green.
When they're
if I'm
green.
not mistaken.
I thought they're supposed. Oh, I thought
like
these
green
were
chili,
banana
so
peppers.
like green peppers. It smells stronger than a banana because bananas like got the sweet.
Should I try it?
You feel it? I mean, your name is Juicy, not Spicy. Just
I know, right?
It's not too
spicy?
hot. No, it's a little more mild than the jalapeno.
Ooh. Oh god.
Good luck to you.
I know, right? Try like the tiny spike. This came from the garden.
Mm-hmm.
Except it's all in one
Oh, I
pot.
just saw your little.
And I have parsley here too.
Oh, I see. Parsley looks good.
Yeah, the parsley looks good. I'll show some on cam.
I was looking at your sloth there, the painting.
Oh yeah, my 420 sloth there too. I love to paint.
That's good. That's another thing. I mean, we kind of touched on it a little talking about art, but I feel like the importance of how do you feel about art and creation and creative expression?
I love it. It's so fun. It's like relaxing. It's very calming.
Right. I feel like for me, it was kind of went hand in hand with the spiritual awakening in a way of just like exercising that inner child and like playing with your inner world, with the unseen parts of yourself and just expressing yourself and letting it flow freely. Like there's something.
It's fun.
It's fun. There's something powerful about it. I feel like as humans, we're all kind of creators. Like we're all,
we are creators of our own
minds,
imagination,
creating this reality. So, art is a huge tool. I feel like I tell everyone, draw something, doodle, scribble,
scribble,
sing, dance, like just express yourself creatively.
It's key to happiness. Right. Creating food, creating juice, creating smoothies,
creating memories and moments.
Yes.
Life.
Life brings life.
Just. We had some yellow ones like this at the farm.
Yeah.
It was. I don't think that.
I think they're supposed to be purple. Yeah. When they were growing before, they were purple, but and then that one grew late. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Whatever with this pot now.
Well, next time you'll know what not to do.
Does it smell fine? Does it smell like what it would be at the farm? It does?
In fact, I'll take a little.
Yeah, I'll take a little bit of this one.
It might be a banana pepper. The taste is not good, though. Mm-hmm. It's definitely past its prime. It's not hot at all. It's not that bad.
It's not that bad, but I was like,
it is. It's not good
it's not
either.
real.
It's like,
Oh my God.
but you see it's going brown, ugly, yellow a little bit.
Right. And my mom did put them in one pot, so it's like they're not going to share the nutrients as equally.
They're all fighting for the same.
Yeah. All for the same nutrients. I'm like, Mom, you should have kept it in my hydroponic system.
Oh, is that what that? I think
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah. I have like, you can grow up to 30 different plants on it, and it grows vertically. And I love vertical farming because like in like 100 square feet, you could probably feed like 100 families. Yeah. You don't have to use as much like water or soil. Yeah. I don't even think you have to use soil.
Right. Yeah, yeah,
just nutrients and filtered water. And then it works like as if it were in the ground because it's like vertical like this, so the roots can get air. And then it just keeps like flowing.
Nice little circulation.
Nice little circulation. And you can grow a lot in like a tiny space. And you don't have to use pesticides either.
Right. How long you been doing that?
Probably just started this year.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, I need something for the winter.
Right.
I want to grow my own food. And can't do it
place
outside here in the Midwest.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I know, right? At least in Florida, you'll be able to grow outside.
Yeah, that'll be
so nice. Yeah.
I got a bunch of watermelon seeds, some cantaloupe seeds.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You can grow papaya there really fast, I heard.
I need to be in a tropical region.
Yeah, me too. One day. Would you live in Florida or would you go out of the U.S. to be like in a tropical area?
I would do both. Be curious to see what Florida is like, but I'm not limiting myself to staying there. Definitely open to moving around, trying some different places, and I've always liked the idea of living outside of the country somewhere.
Costa Rica, it's really nice.
It'd be a dream come true. I definitely got to visit one day. Anywhere in like South America, like the Caribbean, like there's tons of beautiful islands and tropical regions. I'm just thinking of the different.
Right?
Have you done much traveling, or have you been?
I've been to Costa Rica. Okay. I love it. It's one of my favorites. I think it's one of my favorite countries. Mm-hmm. It's very sustainable. Their fruits and vegetables are the tastiest. They have a lot of animals. How are the mangoes? Oh my God. Everything is so good. I love it. Oh my gosh. You would love it. Yeah. I haven't even been to everywhere in Costa Rica. I was only at the South Point, but I know that there's a lot more fruit trees up north there too. Mm-hmm. I like it's like a big tropical island, and then I love that they use like sustainable energy.
Yeah, it's like one of the leaders in the world, right? As far as,
oh my God, you would love it. It's great. It's like a big Hawaii or Florida.
Right. That's what it's saying. Like just a paradise, really.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Tropical paradise.
So just Costa Rica.
Costa Rica, Dominican Republic is nice too. The Philippines I've been to, but I wouldn't live there.
They got the fruit in the Philippines.
Yeah, they do. They
do.
They
got the stuff, right?
But they're very strict.
Yeah, it's a little different over there.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't kept up with it recently, but I remember hearing some years ago, like they was killing people for like smoking weed.
Yeah, they do. That's why my parents
like
hate
to this day still.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they kill people now, but I remember back then they would, and that's why my parents hated that I would use cannabis.
Oh,
and I'm like, we have endocannabinoids in our system, like,
you know what I mean? It was kind of designed to interact with this thing.
We got it backwards over there. Damn. But they have great fruits, I heard, like meringue and durian and jackfruit.
Rambutan, probably.
Yeah, rambutan, mangosteen, star apple.
Everything.
Yeah,
that part of the world, like Thailand.
Ooh, I still have to go to Thailand.
That's on my list too. I see so many gorgeous fruits coming from there.
And it's cheap too. Right? Thailand is like 3 times less.
Yeah.
For good fruit. And Panama too, I heard. Mm-hmm. I've been to Hawaii. Hawaii is nice. It could be its own country. It's like so far away from America.
I was just thinking that today. I'm like, it's funny that like Hawaiian people are obviously United States citizens, but and I could be wrong, I've never been there, but I imagine growing up in Hawaii would be so drastically different.
Totally.
From like the Midwest or
from like the mainland.
from anywhere in the mainland, probably maybe the coastal regions like Florida, maybe places in Cali, probably kind of similar. But like, I was just thinking how different it would be to be a kid growing up in Hawaii versus like Chicago. Like, damn.
Oh God, huge difference.
Yeah, like,
you're
that's a
like
whole nother
you're
world.
definitely stuck
It's
on
funny.
in that ocean if you didn't have a plane.
Right.
You'd be stuck in the middle of this ocean, like a little bit of land. It's like not big at all. It's not big
Yeah,
at
when you
all.
see it on a map, it's like
Yeah, it's like this.
that's it.
That's it. America and Canada is huge. In Mexico.
Yeah, and then just a little Hawaii.
Yeah. I wonder if there are tropical places in Europe. I don't know about that.
I don't think so. I don't think it gets warm enough up there, right?
Right.
No.
Africa gets warm.
Mm-hmm. Definitely a lot of tropical regions up there.
I would visit all the continents if I could.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
right. Like this land is your land, this land is our land, from Mississippi to Costa Rica to Hawaii.
Oh my goodness. Basically though, but that's where I've done most of my traveling so far. Has been Europe.
Really? You've been to Europe?
I've been to Europe
a
couple times.
Oh my God, I still have never went. Tell me where'd you go and what was your favorite part and how is the culture different? So curious.
The portion size is way smaller. The people smaller. Like the sizes of just the size of everything. I was like, damn, like you don't see big giant trucks driving on the road and big cars with. You don't see big people like overweight, obese people like that. Really, the only really big people you see be American tourists. It's wild. But it's, you look at like how they eat. Like I said, their portion sizes, the way they eat,
and they
the
have
different
less
chemicals
chemicals.
and GMOs in their food and stuff. So that's a very interesting thing. There's obviously other cultural. So I've been to Ireland, England, France, Amsterdam, Wales, Belgium. Yeah.
What was your favorite part of Europe and why that you visited?
Probably Amsterdam.
I was gonna say I've always wanted to go to Amsterdam.
Amsterdam is beautiful. It was cool. I was a young man. I went there twice actually. I was like 12 the first time I went, and it was just a cool place. But I went back the second time, and I was able to enjoy some of the festivities there. It's easier to buy weed and like edibles and stuff there than it is to buy McDonald's. Like, there's more bikes there than people.
Wow.
Literally. So like, interesting place for sure. Paris obviously is gorgeous. The people were a little, and I can't really blame them because I understand our perception from outside of the country, but they didn't seem to care too much for American people. Which is, like I said, I could, whatever, but that was, I feel like I've always heard that as a rumor, and it kind of was true.
Wow.
What else? London, I remember it being very gloomy.
Really? I heard there's a lot of vegan restaurants out in London. It's like a vegan city.
I was a kid when I went to London.
Oh, wow.
Most of these countries when I went to, I was very young. It was a student ambassador. It was called People to People Student Ambassador, like travel group that I was invited to. I got an anonymous letter, like in 5th grade, going into 6th grade. Got a letter like, "Yo, you've been nominated to go on this trip. It's a 20-day European excursion."
Oh my gosh!
Literally, so 20 days in Europe, and went to like 6-7 different countries with like nobody I knew. With like a group of kids from Chicago, and we met up with a group of kids from Hong Kong, and it was a beautiful experience.
That is awesome.
Right? But then later in life, in college, I took a trip with my one of my professors in a class. That's when we went to Paris and Amsterdam, and then the following year we went to New Zealand and Australia.
Oh my gosh, how was New Zealand and Australia?
Breathtaking.
I hear New Zealand is really pretty.
Gorgeous. I was only there like 2 days. I got to go back.
Oh, wow.
For sure. 2 or 3 days. In
What'd you
Zealand,
do?
maybe. We stayed at this spot in a town called Rotorua, New Zealand, which is like a hot spring, like a natural hot spring town. So basically, they
I
got
like
these
that.
steaming pools of hot water boiling, and like they're giving us a tour. They're like, yeah, this one we use to cook our food. This one we do our laundry. This one is our bath. This one the kids play in. It's just like different temperatures and different. It was gorgeous.
Oh my gosh, I would love to be in
We
that.
did that. We went to a couple farms and did some other like random touristy things. But I got to go back on my own time and just check out the nature, go on some hikes and do some stuff like that. Australia is awesome. Definitely got to go back. I went to Jamaica as well. That's probably the favorite place I've been. For
Really?
Sure.
Why?
Jamaica. Such a gorgeous place. Such a rich.
I bet.
A rich.
A good costume.
Definitely got some guys. Definitely.
It's tropical too, right?
Very tropical. So lush. The green, the plants, the trees, the bushes. The people, vibrant, cool, funny, friendly. Weather is gorgeous. I have to say, it's a beautiful, amazing country, but it honestly breaks my heart to see the level of poverty that has been created there, essentially. Like, which is most of the world, most of indigenous places in the world you go, outside of America and Europe.
The third world countries.
The third, quote unquote, third. You know what I mean? Like,
I know, right? Like,
it's just a shame to see like what colonialism has done to the world, but outside of that's a gorgeous place, very rich, spiritual place as well. Obviously for Rastafarian culture, I was telling you the reggae music and the Rasta roots are a huge part of my artwork, and just something about being there really kind of just where I was at the time of my spiritual journey, and it just kind of hit me like a ton of bricks. There was a certain experience I had there, and I ever since then I kind of jumped into like the reggae music and the culture, and just I feel like Rastafarianism was a huge vehicle for my spiritual journey and transition and development. So much knowledge and wisdom was gained just from songs, listening to songs, and just listening to what these people had to say. So Jamaica's definitely special. Definitely got to go back there. Yeah. Then the ocean. I'm just and the stars.
Amazing.
Like I was sitting at the beach, like smoking at night, listening to the ocean, looking at the stars. There's just so many stars in the sky. The ocean was so strong and gorgeous. The sand, like, just.
That sounds like paradise.
Gorgeous. But it also reminded me or just emphasized to me even more, I got to go to Africa. I got to go to the...
What part of Africa would you go to first? And why?
I might have to go to Ethiopia first. I might have to go to...
I heard Ethiopian food is so good.
It's delicious. And a lot of it is vegan, too. It's delicious. Ethiopian, that would definitely be one of the first stops just for my appreciation for the Rastafarian culture. Those roots come from Ethiopia with Haile Selassie.
Wow.
And,
I didn't know that.
yeah. Kenya would be high on the list for sure.
Oh my gosh, I have a best friend who came from Kenya.
Yeah.
Yeah, she loves Kenya.
Kenya is definitely high on my list. Egypt, I gotta see the pyramids.
Oh my, yeah.
West Africa, as far as I know, that's most likely where my lineage or heritage, where my father's ancestors are from. As a black person, as a melanated person, so Benin, Togo, Ghana, some of the Western countries for sure. Really any like like Zimbabwe, Madagascar, like there's so like South Africa, like anywhere, Mozambique, the Congo, like, and it's terrible what's happening in the Congo right now. I have to speak on it just because we're talking about it. The entire world uses. So in all of our smart technology, our phones and our tablets and the smart cars, everything, we're using a mineral called coltan. This is only found in the Congo. So the whole world is using this mineral. that's coming from the Congo. The Congo is the poorest.
wow.
It's like the poorest nation in the world. It's
Really?
like one of the worst. It's very bad. Yeah.
Why is it so poor? But we're using their mineral and they're not getting rich off that.
So this is what I'm saying. When you go to places like a Jamaica, you go to different parts of the world. You go to the Congo. You go to these places where all the minerals, all the exports of this country are being stripped, and the people of that country aren't even benefiting from it. One of the biggest exports for Jamaica is tourism.
Yeah.
All the tourist resorts are owned by Chinese, by Italian, by French. It's no Jamaica. So
how does that work?
This is colonial. That's what I'm saying. It's heartbreaking, but it's just like, damn. You know, it's kind of eye opening. But I just say that to say the whole world runs on the Congo, and this is the whole world we have our foot on the Congo, and we don't even think about it. We don't even know it. It's kids mining minerals for us so we could get a new phone in 3 months, and we don't even think about it. So it just
we don't even need a new phone.
We don't even need a new phone in 3 months. You know what I mean? Like, exactly. But that's
what?
so.
Yeah, it's so wrong to the kids that are doing that.
You know, so labor. I just can't even.
I can't even with that. I didn't even know like any better about that.
I didn't know either until I knew. Yeah, this was an art project that I made a few years ago. Yeah, because I'm like, what? Yeah. Like it was. I think it might be like the rape capital of the world as well. Like it's bad what's going on there. It's bad what's going on there, but everyone's benefiting from it. Nobody talks about it. So it's just like, damn. But
that's a shame.
You know, but really anywhere in Africa, I would love to visit. Senegal, Morocco, you name it, literally anywhere. I can't even think of them all right now, but
that would be a fun trip.
Right? Just
travel the world and see the ether.
See it all.
The earth, the ether. Yeah.
Right. I feel like you asked me something else. I'm trying to think if I.
What do you think the shape of the world is?
I tend to think the shape of the earth might be. In fact, since it's sitting here, it might even be more like this. Honestly, like I don't think it's a ball and I don't think it's a flat thing, but it might be like some type of, you know, I don't know. I don't fully know. Like
a dome, or what do you think? The firmament.
I see what you're getting at here. There's definitely something. So I have not done thorough enough research into the firmament, into that. But for whatever reason, why is that depicted so much in ancient depictions of the earth? What's to that? You know what I mean? Like why? Like don't they say something like in the heavens was waters or something? Like there's something. I know enough to know that I don't know what the shape of the earth is. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys and say, no, it's completely round. I know for a fact. Or it's flat, of course. Everyone. I don't fully know. But there's definitely something to the dome theory and the firmament and what's going on here. And we kind of talked about maps and geography briefly. Uh-huh. The fact that our maps, the Mercator projection, the fact that our maps are completely wrong and completely distorted in a way to... For example, we're talking about Africa. To make Africa, it's still the biggest on the map, but it's like 5 times smaller than what it actually is.
On the map?
Yeah, like our map has countries like the European countries are way huger. America is way like the actual. I'll have to share a video with you that describes it, but like I forget exactly what they were saying, but like you could fit like London into like Michigan or some shit, but on a map it's like way bigger, and just I have to. You could fit like Russia and China and America, something crazy inside of Africa. Like I'm just saying,
Africa's so big.
I'm just saying that. I don't exactly know the shape, but I also know that we're being lied to about the sizes of things and the placement of things as well. Antarctica, what's going on with that?
Yeah, like, why did they hide that away?
You can't even fly over it. You can't even go. So it's like, what's really going on here? Like on Google Maps, Antarctica is just a gray dead zone that you can't even.
What's up with that?
What's up with that? And you know, it's secluded for scientific research, and I don't know. So to answer your question, what's the shape? I'm still trying to figure it out myself. I know enough to know that they definitely told us a story about that shit.
Like they did with everything.
I don't think we've been to the moon. It's kind of a little bit of a tangent, but we're talking about planets, and I don't think
we got all these phones, but we can't go to the moon right now.
Why have we never been back?
Yeah.
Like, why did the astronauts that went to the moon, why do they have stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? I don't know. It's just different. Look, my bad. We're shaking the table here.
Oops.
No, but but it's too many. For me, there's too many questions. There's too many things that are like, I'm pretty sure you guys are lying, especially because like all these other things we know you're lying. So it's like,
why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
For real, like. And I get it. They're trying to, stay in control and keep people under this spell and keep things going the way it's been. And they set it up to where they really don't even have to work. Like, they own everything that we're doing. Like, we're working for them in some capacity or another. So I get it. I understand. I understand why you're lying. But just know there's enough of us that see through the lies that, like, it's too late. Your time is up.
We'll be the ones to create the new Earth instead of the New World Order.
Your time is up. That's all I will say.
That's right. We're going to be the Rainbow Warriors.
That's right. We came here with a mission.
Yeah.
We came here with a purpose, with a reason. And that time is now. For too many generations, I feel like they just had people fully asleep at the wheel, fully locked into the slave mill, just grinding away. And they didn't know any better to an extent. They only could do what they could, doing the best they could for their kids. But we've been through that cycle enough times, and we've seen enough. We're remembering now. The sun is getting hotter. Codes are being transmitted. DNA is being restored. We're not folding. The time is up. Wow. Speaking of DNA, please... Let me take a deep breath. Along with the care, along with activating your heart and caring, please protect your DNA. They are passing out these injections freely. Oh, get your boost, get another boost. Please protect your DNA. Please be careful what type of chemicals and things we're eating, and even our clothes, what we're wearing. It's a full-out assault on the human genetic codes, on the human DNA. We're being altered and changed into different species right now, right in real time. So it's like...
Some are becoming cyborgs.
You gotta care. It just goes back to that care. Care enough to know that you can take your power back. Obviously, you can't avoid all chemicals. Obviously, you can't be in complete control of everything. But care enough to know that you can make some steps and you can do something,
You surely can. You're the one in control. It's quantum physics.
You gotta know that and believe it.
Believe it, you shall achieve it.
Believe it and achieve it.
The universe will serve what you deserve.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I never heard that one. I like that one. The universe will serve what you deserve.
My third eye is opening.
You gotta keep it open. You gotta look within. And activating the heart helps with the third eye opening. It's...
I agree fully.
You could read every book in the world. You could meditate until you activate the heart. You mentioned something we should talk about before, the Holy Trinity.
Oh, yeah.
Thought, emotion, and action, the three
yes.
expressions of human consciousness. Like, to just have the thought and the action without the heart, without the care, it's not going to lead you down a path of love, You gotta have all
Love
three.
is the way.
You gotta have all three. And it's funny, we got I'm not sure if you've heard this, but we have three brains. Are you familiar?
Yeah.
So it's funny, the thoughts, emotions, actions, and then we got our three brains. Our thoughts, our mind, our brain, our emotions, our heart, which is our second brain, or really the first brain if you ask me. It has the strongest electromagnetic field of any organ. We know that it's processing at all times, taking in knowledge and feeling things, and
Doesn't stop.
it doesn't stop. And our third brain, our gut, or the actions, like, do you have the courage to take that action to make that move? Like, do you have the guts?
Ooh,
like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
People say so.
That's
The
right.
three brains is the Holy Trinity. If you can align those three, your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, the brain in your head, the one in your heart, the one in your stomach, align those all with truth, and I think would be good.
Truth and love, yeah. Yeah, we would.
Truth and love, and you'd be
I
good.
felt that, yeah.
I feel like that's one of the big, and I've felt it within myself. Where no one's perfect. We struggle daily, but to be divided within yourself, that's where most conflict, most stress, most confusion comes from. You're thinking one thing, you're feeling another, you're acting a different way. You're divided within self. You're not, you know what I mean? Like that's when you be thrown off the course. You don't know what you're doing. You might feel purposeless. You might be depressed or whatever. But you gotta work to get all three of those things in alignment with each other. And that just comes through being honest with yourself. Being honest about, look in the mirror with yourself. Sit down with yourself. Literally look in the mirror with yourself and be like, am I? What do I want? Are my actions aligning me with what I say I want? Is the way I feel, is that in alignment with, you know what I mean? So just being honest with self and trying your best to bring those three, the thoughts, your emotions, and your actions, bring those three into conjunction with the truth about who you are and what's going on in the world. Huge. Put a little heart on it. Package it with love and care and send it on the way.
Sending you love, sending you good vibes. That's a great call to action too. Like
I hope
to really reflect on your behavior, your thoughts, your emotions, how they all align, how they work synergistically together.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Because these are the things that I heard that called me to action. I'm glad you said that because these are things that I was like, wait, you're right. Like what the yeah. So, and action. We gotta take action in the world. Like your thoughts, your emotions, and your action. That's the last one. Like that's the child of the thoughts. That's of our thoughts and our heart and our emotions. Like that's what comes of that. That's the creation of that. Is the action. What action are we now going to take?
And every action has their consequence too. So.
And that's when you get into creating reality. When you realize every little thing I do, every way that I interact with the world around me, with the people around me, is going to have a consequence. It's going to affect me in a different way. When you become aware of that and you're conscious of what effects you're bringing on, you're now the conscious creator. You're now creating reality,
That's right. And what kind of reality do you want to create?
What do you want? It's up to you. It's a blank canvas, You're sitting there with the brush, with the paint. What's it going to be? You just going to look to the left and right and paint what everybody else painted? You going to look up at the teacher and just listen to what they saying? Or you might think and go within and you might, this is what I feel. This is who I am. Let me be myself. Let me paint my own. I don't know.
Paint your own path.
Right? I don't know. Something to think about.
I like that.
Something to think about.
You can ponder on that point.
Well, we'll let you guys.
We'll let you guys ponder that.
We'll let you guys sip some juice to that one.
Yeah.
We'll let you think about that one.
The juice is so good.
You need some more?
Yeah, the green one. I like it.
What else? What else do we need to share with the people? I'm thinking.
Yeah. Think of like good call to actions.
if you've taken a number of jabs and you're looking
Oh
to
my God.
help your system out a little bit, cilantro and parsley juice, which are both in here. Cilantro and parsley juice are great for removing heavy metals from your blood. A lot of the green juices, the chlorophyll juices are going to do that, but I've heard that cilantro and parsley are great for that. So if you're jabbed up, if you got plenty boosters, you're going to want to juice it up.
You're going to want, yeah, like that. This is the kind of juice you need to juice yourself up.
For real. I mean,
detox.
these are, I mean, I'm sure most of your listeners know this, but the power of like detoxing and fasting on juices and cleanses and things like that is real deal stuff. So take care of yourself, protect your DNA, take care of your blood, you know, drink life, eat life, give life to yourself.
That's right. It's the way.
It is indeed.
Cheers to that.
Cheers, all right? Need a little more of this.
That's real feeling.
It is, right? It's a lot of, it was like 2 bags of red grapes in there, too.
Wow.
Red grapes.
And it like digests so well because it's already,
Right?
I wonder if I'm saying they were masticated.
Masticated?
Masticated.
Yeah.
As if you're chewing it.
Uh-huh.
And it just goes right through you. Like,
I was going to say, that's one of my favorite things with the juice is like, because you already blended it or whatever, masticated it.
Right.
It's just such a direct, pure
Nutrients
boost right to your bloodstream. Like you can
not
really
heavy
feel
on your
it.
digestive
No, not at all. Not at all. But it fills you up though at the same time. So it's like, wow, I feel really light. I feel good, but I'm also not hungry.
Like I'm
and
satisfied.
I feel energized. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
you can feel electric. Like you're kind of joking, but you really feel electric. Like it's.
Yeah. As soon as I can, it's taken me a while, but after eating a lot more raw stuff and juices and smoothies and stuff, I can immediately taste in my mouth when something is good for me or bad for me now. And I feel it immediately. I'm like, oh.
You know.
Now yeah.
You know right away, it's like, I'm going to have to pay for this later. Or, thank you. Like.
Yeah.
And you're right. I feel like it's not until you take that break and you kind of reset your palate, cleanse your taste buds and reset your palate and because we just assault our tongues daily, attack them daily with sugar and salt and fat and different
MSG, who knows?
You know what I mean? Like you name it. There's so much just
chemicals out there and it's not natural.
Extremely processed stuff that we're just bathing our tongues in for most of our lives. So until we take a break from that and really, and that's why I like fasting. I didn't start fasting until this year.
Like intermittent fasting?
Intermittent fasting I started doing a few years ago, but like a multiple day fast, a juice fast, water fast, something like that. I didn't start doing until it might have been last year.
And what's the longest you've fasted?
Longest I did was 12 days on a juice fast.
Wow, that's great.
And I felt amazing. But the fast, that's when I really could reap the benefits of what you're saying as far as resetting your tongue and going back to cooked foods, not even raw foods up there, and just being like, yeah, this is not. You could just feel the heaviness of a starchy meal or the saltiness. You just know. You just know this is only slowing down my body's ability to thrive. You can literally eat a meal and know this is helping me or this is hurting me. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, right? I feel that.
And the juice is a big help every time. This is a
big help. It's healing.
Fruit sugar is different than regular processed sugar.
Right.
I have to say that. Every time I advocate juiceness, people are like, it's too much sugar. What are you doing?
I know. What do you mean? You still got the fiber, the minerals, the vitamins. You got the sunlight energy. It's just propaganda.
I think we talked about this with Anecha last time, but carbohydrates, right? Sugars. Carbohydrate. We're carbon beings. This is pure hydration for the system. You know what I mean? Like, this is carbon hydration.
Wow.
Fruit sugar is real sugar. So I heard that once and someone said that. I'm like, yo,
that's the real deal.
that's what it is. That's the word right there. Carbohydrate right in front of us. But it's funny that, we don't make that distinction between, or at least a lot of people don't make the distinction between fruit sugars and processed.
They're right. They'll drink
terrible
Monsters and Bang drinks, Bang energy drinks, and you're like,
it's not the same,
They're just like, it's caffeine. That's it. 0 sugar, it says.
I saw something about that the other day. Apparently, you can say 0 sugar if there's no corn syrup, but you can use like
other chemicals,
a long list of different things to make just as bad of a sugar, still put 0 sugar on your shit, and it could be filled with
such a lie.
Whatever, this other type of shit. So it's just like, protect yourselves, guys. Like, it's bad out here. It seems like, to me, a lot of people don't want to look at the depth of how bad it really is. It's uncomfortable. It's like, damn, that's what's going on. But
yeah, they think ignorance is bliss, but it's not.
Ignorance is slavery. Mm-hmm. Ignorance is death. Mm-hmm. Ignorance is how evil persists. That's I'm glad you said that. So many people just, I don't believe in it, or if I don't think about it, like, or I don't want to focus on the negativity in the world. That'll bring about more negativity. It's like,
it's not really necessarily negativity. I mean,
it's
like looking at reality too.
It's like shining a light on a dirty ass room and saying like, yo, it's dirt in here. What's going on? And people say, just leave the door closed. Don't look in there. It'll be fine.
Just sweep it under the rug.
Just don't turn the light on in there. It's really like, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
And I get it. Yes, turning on the light in a dirty room means now you have to clean up the room. So I get that. It's a lot of responsibility. But it's like, yo, let's care enough to do that shit for our kids' kids. That's how I'm coming. It's like, there's another quote that just came to mind. I believe the philosopher's name was Vernon Howard. He said, human sickness is so severe that few can bear to look at it. But those who do look at it will be made well. The only way out is through. Like,
the only way out is in.
Exactly. Like, you cannot run from anything. You can't ignore anything. Ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is slavery and death and evil. You got to look at it, and the only way out is through. It's no escape. You can't. You got to go within. You got to go through the problems. You know what I mean? So
to get to the light, you got to go through the dark.
You know what I mean? So just something to...
That's powerful.
Food for thought.
Yeah, food for thought.
Human sickness is so severe, few can bear to look at it, but those who can will be made well. The only way out is through. That's so huge to me, because once you look at the sickness and you know how dark it gets, and you know like the roots of like the people doing the Balenciaga shit and like why that's even a thing. When you look into that, it's like, oh shit, it gets deep and it gets dark. It's uncomfortable, yes. But the solution becomes even more clear when you see the enemy, when you know what you're up against. It becomes way...
Right.
And it's way more encouraging. Like, oh, I definitely want to take my power back. I definitely want to take care of my health and be in the best shape possible. I definitely want to be in control of my thoughts and my emotions. I definitely want to take right action in the world, because I don't stand with these people. I know what they're about now, and I'm not for that. So it's...
Yeah, you're picking a side.
You're picking a side. I mean... With knowledge comes power.
That's right.
Applied knowledge is power, I should say. But,
ooh.
But look at the mess in the room. Turn on the light in the dirty room. Stop sweeping it under the rug. Let's face it. Let's grow up, and let's make this world a better place for our kids.
That's great advice.
That's
perfect advice.
And I'm not perfect. I'm not any type of guru, any type of leader. No, I'm here figuring it out.
We're our own leaders, but yeah.
I was just going to say, that's why I kind of paused. I'm like, well, I'm a leader of myself.
Yeah.
But
and it can be inspiring to others.
Right. We're doing our best, but like, let's do it.
Sure are.
Let's do it.
Just do it.
More juice.
More juice. Gotta get juicy up in here.
What I was doing. Let me get a more of the watermelon.
God, it's so good.
Superior hydration. I feel like the watermelon juice might be.
What do you think?
It might be like the most hydrating fluid.
It is. Yeah.
Either watermelon
it's
juice, like coconut water, or like.
Yeah.
It's up
It's
there.
mostly water, right?
Right. It's like soup. Like you can feel it. Like something about it.
It's so good.
Some for you. Juice it up. Keep it juicy.
Oh my God, it's
juices
so
flowing.
good. Oh my God.
You gotta keep the rind too. Like that's.
Yeah, like how much rind do you put?
I was gonna say I'll do like 3/4 rind. Sometimes I do the whole rind, but I feel like it takes away from the sweetness more than I want sometimes. So I'll just do, like I said, like 3/4.
Ooh.
Yeah. Wash the whole thing.
Right.
And just like chop it up as I go. And I'll just throw away or put in the compost some of the rind, but most of it.
Yeah, and then the white stuff between the pink and the green.
I use that
It's
too. That's really good.
Too, yeah.
Really good for your
like
blood flow. Yep. And I actually, for my watermelon juice, I use a blender. I don't use a juicer.
Oh, really?
I just blend it up and I put it through a strainer, and then I have the juice bag and I'll just squeeze it.
Oh, I was like,
Because
how
I feel
do you
like
put
there's
it
so
in?
much like. It's such a big fruit, obviously, and like I feel like it'd be way more work to try to do it with the juicer. Just blend the whole thing up in a blender. Like,
wow,
it works way quicker. I don't know.
What about for all your juices or just like the watermelon?
It's funny. That's actually how I started juicing. Was because I didn't have a juicer at first. I had a blender, and I would just blend up my fruit and put a little coconut water, and then like just squeeze it with my hands. Like no juice bag even. So it was like. It was a ton of work for a little juice, and I was not doing it the right way. Let's just say that. But no. So to answer your question, no. Everything else I'm using a juicer, but there was a time that I did use a blender for all my juice, and it was still okay. But
And then you're like, I need to upgrade.
it was just too much work. Yeah, I'm like I can't keep. It was a whole workout every time. Like I'm literally.
Yeah, right.
All the pulp, like most of the juice was coming just from squeezing, and I'm like, damn, I can't.
Yeah, I've tried that too.
Right, it's taking way too long.
Yeah, for watermelon it is pretty easy because it's mostly water.
Right.
What are your favorite fruits?
Mango, top of the list. Lychee is up there. I really like lychees a lot. Jackfruit is a good one.
Yeah, it's like bubble gum,
Right.
and you can make it like a meat substitute too.
Yeah, it's very versatile.
Yeah.
Soursop is up there, and I've only had it a handful of times. Actually, I've only had it once.
Oh, really?
I've only had the actual fruit once. I've had the juice a couple times, but
Yeah, soursop cheese. Oh,
that's
so good.
that's up there for me. For
Anti-cancer.
sure. Right? I mean, just exactly. Just that alone, just the cancer-fighting properties, and it just made me think of all the other every fruit, every plant. You know, every fruit has something to offer, some sort of healing, cleansing benefit, something. So
To help with our terrain.
right, in one way or another. Thinking favorite fruit, probably mango. I mean, it just keeps coming to mind. And I haven't had a good one in a while too, because out of season.
Oh yeah.
So that's like
I feel like in Florida it'll be so
I
much
hope
better.
so.
Yeah.
I dream about it.
A lot of the fruits in Florida are so good.
Right. Where have you had the best fruit from?
Costa Rica.
I was gonna say right because the DR was pretty good though
so
too.
good.
Maybe.
Yeah, DR is pretty good too. But I'm like Costa Rica. I don't know what it is about their fruit. It's good. Hawaii is pretty good too.
Oh yeah.
Florida has pretty good fruit too.
Right.
I mean, Miami fruit is there.
That's right. Do you shop with them?
Yeah. I actually just got their variety pack of durian. It's still coming in. And Anetcha and I will make a durian mukbang of tasting like 8 different durians. Have you ever tried durian yet?
I haven't. I was gonna say I have not.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you have to come by.
I was gonna say I might have to stop by.
Yeah.
I've only heard a million stories about it's the smelliest fruit on earth, and
Right.
I don't know.
It should come by next week. So come by next week.
Perfect.
Yeah, and try the different 8 varieties.
I would love to. Have you had it before?
Oh yeah.
Is it like super smell? Is it?
Well, I think it tastes like there's different ones that taste different. Like mothong tastes like more. Well, I love moosing a lot because it's like a vanilla custardy. And then like mothong is like also kind of vanilla custardy, but also with like a hint of like onion and garlic and like. But it's good. It's good.
Onion and garlic in the fruit.
It's like a little bit, but like it's tasty. I think moosing's super good. There's different textures and tastes to each one, so that's why we got the variety pack, like a BOGO deal. So we got that, and then ordered. My sister ordered me meringue, which is like they say it tastes better than jackfruit. So y'all will get to try that too.
Please, yeah, sign me up.
Yeah.
That just when you were just saying like the vanilla custard and the different custard, pawpaw fruit.
Oh my gosh, I still never tried pawpaw.
I just tried it for the first time this year, and my
what does
goodness,
it taste like?
It was kind of like a fruity tropical custard almost. It was like because the one I had was super soft. I guess you want to wait until it's like pretty soft.
Yeah, like a soursop.
Yeah, exactly. And it was like, it kind of had like a mango banana type of flavor a little bit.
Wow, that sounds so tasty.
Like custard, and it's hard to believe that grows here in Illinois, like in the Midwest. Like apparently it prefers like a colder climate. I don't think you could grow it in Florida. Like the warmer places, it's too hot.
Wow.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. But yeah,
next time I gotta try pawpaw.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Damn.
Definitely.
I've been looking to get to that. And persimmons right now, I think are in season. I need to get more of those.
I just tried one of those for the first time.
Really? What do you think of it? It's like a jelly, right?
It is. The one I had was not that exciting. It was a wild persimmon. It was pretty small.
Oh wow. A wild one.
There's a tree down the street from my farm, just in the neighborhood. It's like a landscaping tree, but it's a persimmon tree.
Oh my gosh.
And it's just there. So
wow.
We got some. Yeah, we got some. But
how was it?
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't that good, to be honest. The one I had, at least. And I'm not saying I'm sure there's delicious persimmons, because even my friend, he had some other ones, and he was like, the other ones were way better. So I'm sure it gets better. But, but the one I had, it was.
Really depends how it's grown and when it's picked.
Right. It was not that impressive, but I definitely need to try the real deal and see. Yeah. See what's to it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many fruits to try, so many different varieties within one species to try still.
I feel like I just thought about kiwi. I haven't had kiwis in a while, but that's kind of one of my favorites.
Ooh, yeah, golden kiwi is so good.
Oh, those are.
There's 75 different types of kiwis within this kiwi species.
It kind of made me think that when you said like so many different types. I saw that picture once and I was like, yeah, there's like pink ones and orange, and I was like, damn.
How do we not get access to that? Like, we need to. We will someday. 300 types of durian too.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. There's like purple, orange. Yeah.
300 types.
Right? The king of fruit, they call it. That's probably one of my favorites. Like number one.
King of fruit. I've heard mango be called king's fruit. Not king of fruit, but like king's fruit.
Yes.
Interesting.
The fruit of life.
Right. It is very sacred. And if you look at a mango seed, it's like, it's very, very sacred.
Yeah, it all is.
Special.
Just like us. Keep it juicy in the Just Juicy podcast.
How long have you been doing the podcast now?
It's probably been like a year. It'll be a year in January. I remember, Thank you. I remember I was like, I've been wanting to start a podcast for like 2 years before then. Mm-hmm. And then one day I was like, I should just look for some online. And then I was on Facebook Marketplace, and I found this like podcast equipment, like 3 mics, this mixer, the stands, and the headphones. Like I have 3 of them, so you and Anacha can
Mm-hmm.
come by next week and we can all do our exotic fruit.
Oh, yeah.
mukbang.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. I've also kind of been feeling that way too about doing a podcast and creating content, sharing content.
Yeah, and you
know?
always have like great things to say on your story that they're very well thought out, and like having a voice to that
Right.
is like
It's kind of how I
very
feel. Like,
powerful.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cause something like stuff will just hit me sometimes. I'm like, damn, I gotta type of. But I'm like, how many people even take the time to read? Like, I feel like it's a lot easier to listen to people talk sometimes
and
than
hear
to,
their tone
Right.
and see what they look like.
you know, see the beautiful smiles, the beautiful artwork that you do. It's like,
Yeah.
so I'm definitely. This is inspiring
intertwined.
to see the setup here.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we'll keep doing more of them for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, this is. Oh yeah.
Oh
I mean, also just like I was going back to like the importance of the human spirit and the power we have, like to be able to share information, to share our voice,
right.
to share what's on our heart, what's on our mind, to communicate and build, and I mean, that's how you change the world, really. Like,
That's right.
I know it sounds corny or doesn't seem that important, but to me, that's like conversations with people and sharing knowledge and listening to people that know more than you and learning from them and then sharing that knowledge with someone else. Like that's beautiful to me. I don't know. That's been so huge on my. You were asking earlier about the spiritual journey and like how I got to where I am and so on. Like so much of my journey has been listening to people that knew more than me at the time, listening to wise people, listening to knowledgeable people who took the time to share information and knowledge and research.
And who are some of your favorite people that you follow and listen to right now? Because you are very wise. So
It's funny because I don't. There's no one that that's most of the stuff that I was listening to is kind of like already like stuff that was already made. Like it's not currently. I'm thinking of like David Icke, who is a popular researcher, or Michael Tessarion, Mark Passio, Jordan Maxwell, Bobby Hemmett, even Nature Boy for a little while, and Young Pharaoh, like some of those guys, and Laura Eisenhower. Like there's so many people. Simon, I'm forgetting his last name, but just a good place to start if you're looking for someone to listen to that's pretty knowledgeable is a guy named Mark Passio, and he has a podcast called What on Earth is Happening. If you want to start somewhere, go to What on Earth is Happening, either the website or you could look it on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Go to episode 1, start there, and just take your time and listen. I feel like that's one of the most thorough, well put together resources of a wealth of knowledge that covers all type of topics from personal wellness to truth and freedom and spirituality and occult knowledge. So yeah, I would say if you're asking,
follow him too. I didn't even know about this until now.
Again, this podcast he started. He's been speaking since like 2007 or 8, but the podcast I think starts in 2009. That's what I'm saying. Like it's not. He's currently making it, but he's on a break right now. But yeah, this is stuff made over 10 years ago that is still relevant as ever. You know, still very, very important stuff that people need to be made aware of. And this is someone who cared enough to take the time to do this whole setup and do these podcasts and do the research and share that knowledge and edit it and put it out there for people to, you know what I mean? Like when I think about that too, there's people that, David Icke, for example, there's people that spent 30 years, spent their entire lives researching things just to make a book and I'm saying just, obviously it's a huge thing, but to make a book or to make a documentary, and we can just sit down and watch a 2-hour documentary. And this person had to study for years and live so much life just to even create that. You know what I mean?
So much time to create.
So much time just to make this little piece of content that we're going to take in And so to think that that's like not important, or to think like, oh, like
so easy to criticize.
You know what I mean? But it's like, damn, thank you guys for caring enough, the care, to even put it out there. So many people are like, it doesn't matter. Who's going to listen to me? Who cares? Somebody might listen, and you might really change the world. So, yeah, but Mark Passio, what on earth is happening? I'm not getting any type of, I'm not getting paid for this, but just like
sponsorship.
Yeah, no sponsorship, but that has been one of the biggest
influences.
Yeah, for sure.
Inspirations.
Yeah.
Icons.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna definitely look into him now too.
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
What on earth is really happening? Good. Start from the beginning of the podcast and enlighten yourself. He has some awesome lectures as well. Yeah.
That's what's up. I like that.
Mm. It is pretty tasty.
I'm glad you like it.
It, like you said, it tastes a lot better than it looks, for sure. I don't know if you guys can see this.
Show them.
I was wondering if she had a pet dog, maybe. And I was like, is this? Did the dog make that?
I was like, I think I need to put a little bit more almond flour, but
no, it tastes
yeah,
good,
right. Though. Like they put this in flour butter, and the peanut butter makes it kind of look. I mean, it tastes so good though. Like it's healthy. It's healthy because like I was like, I don't.
If I was blindfolded, I'd be in heaven. I mean,
I just gotta make it more visually appealing. A little bit.
No, it tastes good.
I'm glad you like.
What about you? I'm curious. Any influences or people that you really looked up to or that inspired you, especially to take it into the podcast room? Who are some of your...
Honestly, like what started the podcast is like people would be like, I like your voice. And I'm like, oh, and I like to have conversations. So I'm like, what if I just combine those and have one?
Put two and two together.
But yeah, that would be fun. So I did that and it's been really fun. Like I love like, it's like, I love like the flow of conversations and it's just so, it's just nice and have our conversations out in public. Right. So
to just share with people.
Yeah,
right?
just to share whoever wants to listen. Like if they agree. Take inspiration from that. And who do I look at? I mean, David Icke, yeah, it's definitely good. There's a lot of people I follow on Instagram that that are very inspirational.
Yeah, I'm thinking now, like a lot of people I don't even know their names necessarily, unfortunately, but yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones out there. Plant-based Ben is really good. Johnny Juice is really good.
Yeah.
Jimmy Levy's, met him in person. He's great. Yeah, he shares good stuff, and him and High Res, and I love Marcus Rothkranz and Kara Brotman. They're great, huge inspirations for my raw journey, especially too.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm gonna look into the people you were talking about. I'm gonna write them down too later and look at them. Yeah. See who's going on. And the guy who made Plandemic was really good too. That was a great.
I forget who made that.
Oh, and who made Thrive? Because Thrive was like probably one of my favorites. Thrive.
I haven't seen Thrive. Yeah, I haven't seen.
Oh my God, you need to see Thrive. It's so good. Definitely. You would love it. Yeah, it's great. Yeah. It's like what we were talking about and stuff, and they have the solutions to it.
Right. Yeah, I've heard it. I've heard a lot of people reference it.
Yeah, it's definitely worth checking out. True. They even came up with technology where we don't need like electricity. Like electricity could come through like wireless electricity, like Nikola Tesla.
Out to Nikola Tesla.
Yeah.
So the thing about that was that was proposed as like a solution or like a.
Yeah, it's a one, and they actually found somebody in Africa who made a wireless box and they could power like 300 homes without wires, and it's free energy within the air. And they talk about like sacred geometry and aliens, UFOs, like making these prints in cornfields that like no other human could actually make. And
that just made me think of Graham Hancock and David Wilcox and a couple other guys doing that type of research.
Yeah, I think it's true for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot there.
The proof in the pudding.
Oh yeah, but I was gonna say regarding the free energy, like that is a real thing. That's here. That could solve so many problems. But until our consciousness is raised as a collective, I feel like that wouldn't.
Yeah, they keep hiding it away.
Exactly, like basically, like under the control system we're under now, like why would they let that thing?
Yeah.
Why would they let that exist? You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
Everybody would be equal with free energy.
Exactly. So like until there's a huge shift and that's no longer the case, like unfortunately I don't think that would.
It's coming around. It's already here, but they're just it's just like low key now.
There's so much. I was on Gaia.
I need to get.
Have you been on there? Yeah, I was on there for a while, and some of the technologies and just stuff going on regarding extraterrestrials and different. I'm like, word, like it's. Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on out there for sure.
I believe that.
For sure. Some, from what it seems like, some awesome technologies that are underground, hidden, black box projects and things like that. But this just made me think. I believe it's called Tartaria. Like, have you heard of that?
I haven't heard of that.
It's like an old. I guess the name of a world or a civilization that was here before us, essentially, and like a lot of the ancient technologies and things you're referring to, just basically evidence in our history, evidence from the past that like there was a greater technology, there was something else going on here, and like evidence of giants and like huge buildings, like doorways with like the door handle at 15 feet up, and just different things where it's like, what was going on here? Like,
what was life like before?
What was life like here? Like, how you look at some of the gorgeous old architecture across Europe, like some of those buildings, and it's like, how were we able to build that in a time that it was only a horse and carriage to carry material? So we're told. It's like, so I don't know. So there's just too many things and too many questions.
The more you know, the more you don't know.
Yeah, it's like, wait a second, like, where
you're gonna get to know.
It just made me think. You mentioned frequencies and sacred geometry and energy and aliens, things like that. Like that's, if you look at like the Tartarian reset or Tartarian meltdown, I've heard it be called.
Cities underground or cities.
Yeah, like exactly. Interesting stuff for sure.
Yeah.
Just makes you wonder what was, what's being hidden. It's a lot.
It'll all come out someday.
That's the beautiful thing about the truth. And it just kind of happens on its own, at its own pace, but the truth will come. It'll come to light,
Just like the sun and the moon.
It will not remain hidden for too long.
That's right. Well, all right. This has been a great podcast. I loved our first one. Come back next week for our exotic fruit mukbang. We can talk about being a healthy vegan. And, it'd be fun to have three vegans in one spot.
Three fruity.
Three
fruity friends.
Yes.
Enjoying some durian, some smelly fruit. Does it smell as bad as people say?
I think it smells great.
I think jackfruit smells good, and I've heard people like, "Oh my God, jackfruit smells disgusting." Like, is it like a similar thing?
I think it just depends on like it's either you hate it or you love it.
Right.
Yeah. Either you like it or you don't, but maybe I think you'll like it.
I've seen like signs in different places that say like no durian allowed.
Yeah.
Like public.
It is pungent, but I like the smell of it.
Right.
Yeah. Oof, that's gonna be great.
I'm excited to find out.
Yeah. Woo. Okay.
I'm looking forward to it. Well, thank you for having me. Thank you for letting me share with you and the audience. Thank you all for listening, whoever's listening. Again, Charles Morrison. Check me out on Instagram. That's really the main social media I use these days. Chuck _DM3. lowercase d, lowercase m, and the number 3. Thank you, Justine.
Thank you, Chuck, for
Glad
coming
you
by
enjoyed
and
the
bringing
juice,
the juice.
the
Oh
art.
my gosh, so good. Now I
You
have
know?
to pee.
I got to.
I'm
I was thinking, I'm like,
like holding it.
Right.
But
But yeah,
we'll say our bye-byes.
it's been a pleasure.
Yes, thank
Till
you.
next time.
Till next time.
Hey. Boom, boom, boom. Keep it juicy.
Get juicy.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it was such a great episode.
That was a good one.
That was good.
I feel like a natural.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, damn. I do have to pee. My ears are
Me
like,
too. My ears are
that was, yeah, that was.
That was so good. And then come back next week for sure.
Right. How many episodes have you done now? Like, how many?
I have to count, honestly.
Yeah. I'm gonna say you're a natural at this shit. You're,
Oh, really?
hey,
Thank you.
I was like, oh, I guess she kind of is a professional.